At the transmission right now. So far what I've done is I've disconnected the front half of the drive shaft. This is a two-wheel drive, so this is the rear drive shaft. It is a split drive shaft. I'll show you right here. This part is mounted right here. It's just 2 bolts, 1, 2, and then there's 4 bolts here. What you need to do is you need to raise the back tires and support them. After you get them supported, go ahead and break the first 3 bolts that you can reach. Then go inside, take off the parking brake, stick the key in the ignition, put it into neutral, and then you're going to spin the drive shaft until you can access the top bolt there. They're both 17 mil. You're probably going to have to do the breaker bar trick where you, or not the breaker bar trick, the open box trick, where you connect them together to get some extra leverage. I'm going to leave this one on for now because I just don't know how the 4-wheel drive one looks. It's probably going to have to come off, but I'm just going to save that for later. I'm thinking this is where the back of the transfer case lines up, but I'm just not sure. I didn't get too much transmission fluid out of there. I know a lot of people do, but I just didn't. I think it's because my front end is higher than my back end. Or sorry, my back end is higher than my front end. I drained my transmission lower pan. Let's see. The bolt's somewhere here. Oh, right there. So I drained the transmission. The bolt is on the driver's side rear of the lower pan. I'm looking for the inspection plate still, so can't really find that. I think it's this. Thinking it's that plate, but it's not wanting to come off. I wish it was that plate. Got the starter out. As you can see, that's the starter hole. So I got that out. Disconnected. Sorry, not disconnected, but I undid the bolts of this exhaust pipe. The manifold and the first link of the exhaust system comes out with the engine, according to the book. You need to do this side. I sprayed it with some PB Blaster this morning. So we're gonna try and pry this off. I guess it's not a really big deal if I don't get it off, because it's not going to go back in most likely. Hopefully it doesn't have to go back in. But I'm going to try and do everything right just in case I have to put it back in. So that's my next step. I'm thinking that's the inspection plate, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so after less than 60 seconds worth of trying, that is not the inspection plate. The book only tells you where the inspection plate is for the front Terra, so maybe this one doesn't have one. I've never heard of that, but I really don't care. We're going to start on the Bellhousing bolts. There's one right there. I'd imagine there's some on the top as I'm going through the Bellhousing bolts. Sorry, as I'm going through the Bellhousing bolts, I'm going to... There's another one right there. There's one right up top there. So there's 1, 2, 3. I'd imagine it matches on the other side. But anyways, as I go through the Bellhousing bolts, I'm going to disconnect the rest of the electrical. It does want me to disconnect the manual shift lever, obviously. So I believe that's on the passenger side. So I'm going to do that. Believe I need to disconnect this wire, not at this point here, but at the other side. Let's see, where would that be? This needs to be disconnected here. Not sure what it is, but it needs to be disconnected. This is going to get disconnected right here. Manual shift lever is right here. That's the manual shift. That's a transmission line. Probably disconnect that there. That's the transmission line. There should be a return. That's the output. This is the return, so I think that's on the other side. So yeah, gonna disconnect those. I'm gonna open up this harness so I can disconnect that. No, I'm not. That harness isn't connected to the transmission. When I undo these, when I undo this, it'll stay on there. Then I need to undo the support beam that holds the transmission up. So let me go ahead and do that, and that will be in the next video.